Hi, this is bsicotte with Terracom. In this quick video, I'm going to go over some Python script examples that we wrote for the AQ6380. So on my screen here, I apologize for the size. I'm actually using TeamViewer to talk to my PC here. This window right here is the viewer software that you can purchase for the AQ6380. We also have a demo version of this. And then in this window, this is Visual Studio, and I've loaded a few of the Python script examples that we have. So we have a couple of them. Python bsicotte is a library that we use to connect to the instrument. You'll need access and be able to load the VISA library. The way that we're doing it here is I'm going to go ahead and just load a virtual environment, and I'll show you how I do that. And then we have another program called there's AQ6380 controls, which just has some heavy lifting and some controls for the AQ6380. And then we have three programs. We have one that's a command line program. We have one that's a GUI, right? And then we have one that's a terminal, so that you can just go ahead and type in commands. So in this example, I'm just going to show the GUI. All right, so to do that, first of all, we need to get ready for the VISA. We need to be able to use the VISA library. To do that, I'm going to activate a virtual environment. And on my computer, let's see. On my computer, I have it here. It's under venv scripts activate. Okay, and you can see the virtual environment is activated. And then what I do is I just type py OSA GUI v2.py. Now we might have changed the names at this point, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so it launches the little GUI. And of course, this is just a sample, but I figured it would be a good starting point. You can certainly use the commands that are in this sample and then write your own. So the first thing it's asking you for is the IP address, and I know that this is a 192.168.1.177. All right, when we connect, it says that it's connected. And then you can put in the center wavelength, span, the resolution. So I'm going to turn the resolution up a little bit so it's not quite as slow. And let's just hit a single sweep here. Now I have a live OSA, and it's zeroing now. You can turn the zeroing off in the OSA, by the way. Okay, so what it does is it does a single sweep, and it measures the peak power. Right, peak power is 5.87 dBm. And the peak wavelength. So we can change the wavelength. So say we wanted to change it to 1610, and we wanted the span to be 50 nanometers, or to say 20 nanometers, right? Just do another sweep. And you can see it shifted over. But it still puts the peak in here. And so with these simple commands, you can start writing a nice little GUI to control the OSA without having to completely reproduce what's in the viewer software. And then we have a couple other things here. You can save the CSV file, or you can plot the OSA data. Okay, so this is just using Python. I'm trying to remember the library it uses. I can't remember. It's a standard Python library for plotting data, right? So there's the data plotted. Okay, and this is live here. And then you can certainly save a CSV, and that just asks you to tell it where to put it. And so that's about it. It's pretty simple. Again, these are just some general commands that you might want to use as a starting point to write your own code. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this code. I'll close down this terminal interface. Okay, and you can see he's using tkinter here for the GUI environment. Okay, and then here is the text box information. Here's the connect to the OSA subroutine. Well, I guess I call it a subroutine. That's a little older explanation, but anyway, that's what we have. And then we have a couple of other things. We have an we have an OSA terminal, right? So let's go ahead and try that. OSA terminal .py, right? And you can just enter commands from here. And then you can actually go through the Skippy commands of the instrument and go ahead and enter them manually. So that's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and exit that. And then we also have OSA command line. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right, and I need to put in PY. Okay. Okay, and I think what we can say is help here. So if we go to help, then it just gives a list of some common values. All right, and so this is just a command line interface that allows you to just call various things. But what this is really meant to do is to give you an idea and to give you some tools that you could go in and write your own command line if you don't want the GUI, right? So we can say, let's say sense mid. Let's see if that accepts. Oh, and there it goes. So it changes the sense to mid. We can change the sense to high 1. All right, and it takes it like that. So feel free to download these. We don't charge for these. And feel free to use any of these programs or pieces of these programs to develop your own. They're just here as a starting point, so you don't have to spend a lot of time starting. You can kind of use this as a springboard to write your own programs. If there's any questions, give us a call. Or you can email me at bsicotte@terracom.com, or you can email our company at sales@terracom.com. Thank you. I hope this helps.